So I'm going to be starting off with my Bobbi Brown Longwear Eye Base and the color Bone. This is actually a cream eyeshadow. I'm using it as a base because it is the perfect color. And I'm setting that with a translucent powder, and I'm going in with that orangey shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm using that as my transition shade. It's kind of like a melon color. So I'm going to be using that to buff all over the crease. And with a smaller brush, I'm going to go in Tangerine from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. And that's what's going to give me that super orangey look. So as you can see, the brush is a little smaller, so I am buffing that into the crease as well. And I'm going back in with that bigger fluffy brush to help blend out that tangerine color so it's not so pigmented. I'm taking the color Goddess from Makeup Geek, and I'm using that to create a soft halo eye. So I'm putting it on the inner corner as well as the outer corner, and this is just going to act as kind of another transition color for the darker ones. I'm going in with Cabrinet from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and I'm going to use that to deepen that halo eye. So again, I'm going to put that in the outer corner as well as the inner corner and really buff that in and blend it into the crease. As you can see, I'm leaving the center blank because I'm going to be putting another color in there. So you just want to make sure that everything is blended. And I'm going in again with a buffing brush to kind of blend out that crease once more, make it a little bit more orange because the color kind of faded a bit. Now I'm taking this Nars Dual Intensity eyeshadow in Himalaia, and I'm going to put that on the center of the lid. And that's going to give you that spotlight / halo eye effect. And I'm just going to go back in with all the previous colors to kind of deepen everything up a bit. Now taking some makeup remover, I'm cleaning under the eyes to create a more sharper edge and touching up anywhere I need to. And I'm taking the color Seashell from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette to highlight. For my face, I'm using the Vitamin C Skin Boost Serum from the Body Shop, and this makes a perfect primer. It's really good to give you a radiant face. For foundation, I'm using my Lasting Finish 25-hour foundation from Rimmel. I'm buffing that in with my Real Techniques Face Expert brush. This foundation is amazing for a drugstore product. It's only like $5, I think. And literally, it does not budge. I wear it all day, especially in the Florida weather where it's super humid. And my skin does not get oily or greasy whatsoever. I love this foundation. So make sure to really buff that in. If you have drier skin, make sure to just go in downward motions. For concealer, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fair, and I'm going to use that to highlight under my eyes, my nose, chin, and forehead. Basically everywhere. And I'm using my Real Techniques sponge to blend that out. You really want to make sure to super blend this stuff. I mean, the sponge itself does a majority of the work, but just don't interrupt any of the eyeshadow. And I'm using my Wet n Wild matte powder to set under the eyes, and my Bobbi Brown foundation powder to kind of set the rest of my skin. And this gives a little bit of extra coverage because it is a powder foundation. If you don't want any more coverage, then just use a translucent powder. But I love this, so. And then I'm going in with the color Tawny and Tangerine from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that on my lower lash line. That way it balances everything out. For contour, I'm using the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow in the color Wheat. This is a perfect eyeshadow color to contour with for fair skin. And I'm also going to be using that on my nose as well. You don't have to contour your nose, but I like to sometimes. For bronzer, I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown Aruba Shimmering bronzer. This is a really nice natural color bronzer. It does have a slight shimmer, but nothing too intense. And I'm going to be using my Makeup Revolution palette. It's a blush palette, and I'm mixing those two shades. and that's going to create the perfect natural blush. And then I'm using this Copper Diamond Shimmer Brick by Bobbi Brown. This is super old, as in like it's definitely discontinued, but any gold highlighter will work perfect. And for lips, I'm finishing off with the NYX Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the color Istanbul. It's a nice bright pink, not too bright where it's like a bubblegum pink, but it's just very girly and very chic. I love it. I think it goes great with this orange eye makeup just because it is not too overpowering, but it's the perfect color. And to set my skin, I'm using the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time.